We are live. We are also direct. She leads, she sells with Bobbi McGrath, who is a regenerative health and detox practitioner, supporting
Yep.
stress and burnout professionals to release the junk and the toxins in order to have more strength, vitality, and clarity to deal with the day-to-day running of their lives. She is an expert in terms of regenerative health coaching, and she has a personalized health roadmap with 8 essential frameworks for detox and gut support, nervous system regulation, and ongoing accountability. We are here, we are live and direct with B4U Health. Bobbi in the building. Welcome to She Leads, She Sells. Speak to me.
Hello, Jay. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate that. That was quite a mouthful you just let out there.
Amazing. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 yes. Who do you help? Is it women who are professionals over 40? Tell me the demographic in terms of who you serve.
Typically, I'm working with, between 40 and sometimes 80,
Okay.
and they're typically women that have given a lot and burnt themselves out and lost their way.
Give me a before and after. Like, where are they before and where are they after they work with you?
Typically, they are not usually sleeping very well,
Mm-hmm.
and they're maybe erratic with their eating. Maybe they eat healthy sometimes, but they don't on other days, especially when stress gets high or they get home late and they're tired and don't want to make meals. Um, they're usually also struggling with some kind of symptoms. It could be pain, it could be constipation, it could be skin disorders, it could be anxiety or depression. Just depends on what's the weakest link in their body at the time. And then as far
Visibility is...
as, go ahead.
No, sorry, ladies first. What were you going to say?
And as far as what they, improve on
Yeah.
the before and after, typically they are amazed that working with their lifestyle and really dialing in certain specific things in their life that maybe they've glossed over, as far as hydration, sleep, um, but just quiet time and downtime and having that space in their life that's, I call it white space, where it's unplanned, it's planned that it's unplanned, right? It's time that you just feel you could do anything you want at this moment and you don't have to give to anybody else. And I think when I ask people that are burnt out, if you had a day to yourself, what would you do? A lot of them struggle. They wouldn't even know what to do.
We all talk visibility here. Why? Because the expert coach doesn't get paid. The visible coach gets paid, whether we like to admit that or not. How are you getting visible in 2026?
I am online. I'm doing lives on Facebook and I am doing content. I provide a lot of content. I also show up publicly in person. I do webinars online, but I also do personal in person events and talking to people, going through specific things. Like my latest one was from survival mode to peace and safety. And it just taught people, what does survival mode look like? And I think a lot of people were surprised when they walked out of there. They're like, I didn't realize I live in survival mode a good portion of my day. So I work and do that kind of thing in person. I also coach virtually. And I enjoy anytime I can be on podcasts or would love to eventually be on summits.
Amazing. I always like connecting with experts like yourself that just have that heart to serve.
Yeah. It's interesting as you go through life. I just turned 60 last week.
Wow.
And
Benjamin a Button. Benjamin a Button in this. Wow.
well, it's amazing when you hit that mark. It's like, okay, I I feel like I've given back a lot, but I still have more to give, which is great because you have to have your purpose, right? And your why.
Do you have a book?
I do not have a book. I do have a course that I put together with another practitioner.
Amazing.
Uh, to, yeah.
I think a book is on the cards for you, isn't it?
You know,
No?
it would be nice. I know people have said, oh, I should write a book. I've got a lot of different parts of my life that I could share with people, but who knows? But I think that would be something fun to do when I retire from coaching or something.
Amazing. I don't think you're ever going to retire from coaching.
I don't think I will, Jay. I think I might not have you know, a paycheck coming in, but I think I will always I have a
Yeah.
lot of people that reach out to me, and I think I'll
100%.
always
Yeah.
be a coach at heart.
That's beautiful. She leads, she sells. We have to touch upon this. Sales. I've spent the last year looking at what really makes people buy. I've studied it, I've spoken with women, and four things come to mind in terms of what sales is synonymous with. Number one, being seen and safe. Two, it's personalized insights. Three, it's showing the cost of inaction. And four, it's reducing the risk for the person buying. What does sales mean to you? Break it down in terms of sales, your relationship with sales, what it means, how you sell, all of the things.
Well, it's interesting because when I first became a health coach and opened my business, I didn't realize that you did have to have your sales hat. You had to have that part of your business and you had to provide something of value and then ask people to purchase it. So for me, I look to providing the value up front and them getting to know me. And that way they feel safe
Cool.
because they understand where I'm coming from and potentially what I'm offering them, and then what the results would be if they jump in with me. So I always feel like when I'm actually having a good discovery call with somebody that's considering working with me, they already have seen me for a while. Most people don't just jump in with you after they get to know you after 2 minutes. So a lot of people have either been to something or read something or watched something. So for me, I always feel like I don't have to sell too hard because if they want what I'm offering and the results and they're looking for what I'm bringing, the sales kind of falls into place. And a lot of times I feel like there's people that just aren't ready. And if you're not ready, that's okay. But you got to be ready to do the work.
If you are not ready, that's okay. You got to be ready to do the work. So that's a brilliant answer.
Yeah, I can't do the work for them, especially when it comes to someone's health. There's a lot of changes that people need to make
Beautiful.
and they have to be ready.
Wow, Bobbi, that answer, top three. I've done 160 of these podcasts. Top three, real wisdom in that answer.
Thank you.
I think you summed up what safety means. Safety means when the value's up front and the results can be seen. Proof over promises.
Yeah, I can't guarantee an outcome, but I can guarantee if you do the work, you will have results.
Ooh, if you do the work. What book has most influenced your coaching journey in terms of what
Mm,
you do? I mean, I'll give you an example. What's most influenced the way I do things is 10x is easier than 2x. So when I'm aiming for unequivocal value, that's 10x.
mhm.
2x is going to be hit by accident. And so that's what I aim for. How about yourself?
I enjoyed that book. It made me think bigger. It really did make me think bigger. Um, This may sound hokey, but I don't care. I think the Bible is one of the books that helps me truly base my platform, everything that I run through people through. Um, I just know that what I'm offering up is, you know, what God would want me to be saying to them. And a lot of times they're so broken and so they just need someone's hand on the shoulder,
Hmm.
right? They don't necessarily they A lot of people know what they need to be doing. It's figuring out the behavioral changes and figuring out what's the roadblock that's keeping you from going to bed at a good time. Something simple like that. And so much time people complicate it and they think that there's one pill that's going to fix something. And a lot of times it's just somebody listening to them and then helping them take literally the next right step.
What advice would you give to someone with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, who struggling, is up at night, not thinking that there's a way out? What two bits of advice would you give to someone with an autoimmune disease to really get them back into momentum and get them back into action?
Well, I can tell you that the gut and the brain connection is a real thing. And if you haven't heard of that before, especially if you have IBS, you need to hear that loud and clear. That how we eat and the environment we eat, whether we sit down, whether we chew our food, whether we eat on the run, all of that, your eating hygiene, they may call it, or you sit down and you actually know that you're eating your food and chewing it. That can be something that people don't ever give any time to. So that's one piece that I would say is don't eat in an environment that you're not comfortable in. Um, and we do it to our kids, hurry up, eat before you go to soccer or something like that. And it's kind of the worst thing you can do. The second thing is a lot of times people don't realize that there's digestive enzymes and things that are not working in the body properly when you're super stressed out. So, in order to be able to digest our food, we have to be able to break it apart. And if it's not broken apart fast enough, it can ferment in the body and produce gas and bloating and a lot of symptoms that people don't wouldn't associate with the fact that their body just didn't have the proper time and the proper enzymes to break it down. And that comes from the body being able to produce those. So we got to figure out why it's not producing them.
How would you like to be remembered when it's all said and done, Bobbi?
I would like to be remembered as a kind, caring person who listened before I spoke and was there for my clients and my family and friends when they needed me most.
What's the biggest challenge for you as an expert in 2026, scaling, growing, navigating in these times?
The short attention span of people, they want their information in a 3 to 5 second soundbite, and that's not my way.
Hmm.
That's really hard for me because I like to explain things to people. I like to explain why A it gets to B gets to C, and a lot of times people just wanna hear A, and they don't stick around for B and C, and that's where those people are gonna continually bounce from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, and they're never gonna settle into a rhythm. A circadian rhythm is something that if you don't have it, you're missing it, and when you do have it, your eyes are wide open now. Like, wow, I didn't realize how out of rhythm I am with the world, with my body, with my mind, my spirit, my sleep.
Let them know how they can get in contact with you and who you're looking to serve.
I have a website. It's called B4U Health Coaching. So it's all one word, BEFORYOU healthcoaching.com. And my website basically goes through my story of mold toxicity and heavy metals and PTSD and some other things that I've gone through recently. I had a very, very bad ski accident and broke my leg really bad and couldn't walk for a few months. And so I had to rehab from that. I just ran 6 miles last week. So that's only
Well
been a
done,
year
well
and a
done,
half
well
since
done,
I
well
did that.
done. Back in action.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm one of those people that doesn't mess around with making sure people know that they have the way, there is a way to regenerate their health. My website has a place to book a discovery call with me, and I've got a lot of great things on my website that you could take away for free if you wanted to. So B4U Health Coaching.com. And I work with people that are really ready to stop the burnout, to focus in on simple things, like detoxing their makeup and their home and their cleaning products and getting to bed on time and making some meal planning that can take the stress off of their life.
Bobbi, it's been amazing to connect.
Thank you for
B4U.
having me, Jay.
No worries. She leads, she sells. Bobbi McGrath in the building. B4U Coaching. And we are out. That's